Welcome back, people. Today the M365 Pro. If my brother, I don't even know where to start with this. So we've done lots of repairs on the M365 Pro Xiaomi electric scooter before. As you can see there, that grip's all worn down and it comes off very easy, so we're going to need to replace new grips. I think this side's probably worse, to be honest. There's absolutely nothing on there and it comes off very easy, so we're going to need some new grips. I'm going to need new brake pads. I haven't got everything that's delivered yet, so I'm going to probably make a part 2 of this. But yeah, I've got some brake pads that we're going to be changing today. Both front wheels need to be replaced. We've replaced brake cables, we've replaced pads. I don't even know how many times I've changed tyres on this thing. He's snapped off again. The back mud guard has broken off again for, I don't even know how many times he's done that now. Probably 2-3 times, at least 2 minimum. So we're going to get busy. I got a dozen Allen keys and they're always handy to have. We have got the speed hack on this M365 Pro, and we have done the speed hack on the Pro 2, and we've also done the speed hack on the Mi electric scooter 3 and other scooters and electric bikes. We do have a playlist of e-bikes and electric scooters. You can check that out for anyone who's interested. Let's get some gloves on. Let's make it look a bit more professional, shall we? So if you've got any problems with your electric scooter, do leave it in the comment section below and I will try and answer every comment. I'm not qualified, but I've messed around with so many different electric scooters and electric bikes that it kind of makes me qualified at this point. There ain't really much that I don't know about electric bikes or scooters. I don't know how I've managed to, I guess I've just learned along the way of having lots of different electric bikes and scooters and stuff. I've just learned along the way, but yeah, these are, well, we're going to have to get them off first, but they are puncture-proof, solid-proof tyres, which we did do a video of that, changing how to change the front and rear tyre. We also did a video on of actually talking about these puncture-proof tyres after a year. Now I do have new tyres today, but I'm not going to be using puncture-proof tyres anymore. I'm going to be going to air tyres with a tube, tyre and tube, and the reason is for that is because you get that a little bit more speed and that little bit more comfort for riding. Now for me, I haven't had a puncture once on these electric scooters. Of course my brother has, and I've done other repairs on other scooters, but I've never actually had a puncture on mine, and I think that's because I ended up buying the Mi Pro 2 tyres, which they say they're reinformed and upgraded and more better. And yeah, I definitely believe that, because since I've been using them, I've never once got a puncture on this actual scooter itself. Once before, it did actually blow out. The tyre actually exploded. So yeah, these new tyres that I've got that are for the proper M365 Pro or Mi Pro 2. My watch has come off. Let's remove that. So we have to take off these little parts here first, unscrew both sides, and then we need a spanner, which is what I forgot. So of course I am going to have to make a couple of edits into the video, just to, so you don't see me walking around the whole entire place. So I couldn't give you a better reason to hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Don't forget to drop a like as well if this helped you out in any sort of way. So now we've got those two side bits off, we need to undo this big bolt here, which I'm pretty sure that's 18mm, and the bolt here on this side. So I'm going to get some tools, because I forgot those, of course, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I'm back. So socket set in this case does not work, because we have the cable here, the wire that runs up down into the motor. So you can, I'm pretty sure it is an 18mm spanner, but for some reason every time I need a tool I can never find it, so I'm going to use adjustable spanner, so I can hopefully try and get this thing moving. Let's see. It's been a while, so it's going to take a little bit of pressure. Okay, not as much as what I thought. It was actually quite loose, to be fair. There we go. Now with the front wheel, I think it's a little bit harder to try and put on the tyre on the front, if I'm honest, compared to the back. Just because you've got the restriction of the motor wire and you can't use any cable ties to pull them over. Okay, so you don't have to undo them completely, just loose enough. Okay, maybe I might have to undo it completely. It's been a while since this wheel's been out. It doesn't help that he doesn't ever clean it. Well, I say he doesn't ever clean it. As I said, he doesn't want this scooter back, so I'm going to use this one as kind of like a spare in tests and doing all stuff like that. I'm going to keep this scooter for that. A scooter, in my eyes, is never dead. Now for this one, I'm probably going to have to spend close to, I don't know, 80 to 100-ish pounds, I think, on this one. It's not just the tyres that we have a big problem with, it's also this. I don't know if you can see that or hear it even, but the whole entire front head stem is wobbly. So I did replace that once before as well, but it looks like it's come loose again. Now that, I don't think that is because, I'm pretty sure that's not because it's not glued, because it is glued. It's more because of, I think, that this head bolt here that screws down into the forks, it doesn't tighten, and because it doesn't tighten, it's not gripping. So I think I'm going to need a new bolt. I think maybe the bolt's shredded. Okay, so you've got a little washer on there. And with the washer, you're probably better off getting a little screwdriver to get it out. Makes it that little bit easier, rather than struggling like I just did there. But anyway, okay. So there's stage one. I've got 2 sets of new tyres, 2 sets of new inner tube for the Mi Pro 2. So I'm going to be putting those on. Tubes are inside already. Okay, so first off, we need to get this old puncture-proof tyre off, which I invested, because I've done this so many times, invested in proper tyre pulleys. Now I have done this again on other videos. I've done this without tyre pulleys, so it definitely is possible to do it without, and I have done it before with just normal screwdrivers. Probably not recommended, but it does, yeah, I have done it. So always using your foot on the bottom of the wheel or on some of the wheel is always a good thing to do. And this will definitely make you sweat. So first off, I'm just trying to get the tyre away a little bit from the rim. Now there is a chance you doing this, of course you can scratch your rim and stuff, so yeah, do bear that in mind a little bit. Just trying to get it under there. Cool, that tyre is proper on there. Let's move it round this way a little bit. Try and break the seed. So normally for the videos I'll speed them up a little bit so you don't have to see me struggling, but I want you to see the struggle this time. I want you to see in real time how long it's taking me to do this stuff. That tyre is proper embedded in there. That's what I really need is a screwdriver to get under there. I haven't got one. So again, I'm gonna have to make another edit. Going back again. This time I have found the spanner that I was looking for, so it was worth looking. 18mm. Yeah, it is. So that's an 18mm, that bolt. Okay, let's put that back down. So I got my screwdriver. That's going to definitely help. I put it into the holes of the tyre, and look how much easier that is. Yeah, I was struggling 10 seconds ago. Should have just done that straight away, but I forgot it. Okay, so we're going to put these tyre levers around like that. Take the screwdriver out, and then this and this I can pull over just like that, very easy. Always be careful of the cable though. Okay, and we're going to push that down using our feet. Put our tyre lever in there, let go of the screwdriver and pull with that. There we go. As soon as you get it moved, the whole thing will come off reasonably easy. I bet you thought you messed up there. I've done this before. Look at that. It's like a Formula One. It's like a Formula One wheel. It's completely bald. More bald than the back tyre. Well, anyway, we'll throw that off to one side. And then now we're going to put on our brand new tyre with our brand new inner tube. So first off, I'm going to take the valve off. I'm hoping that this is going to fit in there, because that is off to an angle. Is that going to go in there? I'm not sure if this one is going to fit. It doesn't look like it. It's not looking promising. It goes off at an angle. Okay, I don't think that's going to actually fit in there. Okay. But luckily for me, I do have a different type of inner tube on me. So let's give this one a go. Oh wow, looks like that one's going to be a bit of a tight fit as well. It's because it's off at an angle. I don't have the original tube this scooter actually come with neither, so of course that doesn't really help me very much. Okay, right, so that other tube doesn't work. Because what I really need is I need an inner tube with the valve that comes off at an angle rather than it being dead straight like this one. So it has to go in there, and the reason being is because if it doesn't, then I ain't never going to be able to pump it up. And of course I'm going to need to pump it up. I think my only option is this. If I can find it. Is that the right one? This one? Okay, not that one. So is it that one there? Hold on. No. Okay. I'm going to get another Allen key. Try and see which one fits this hub on the side. Okay, that one doesn't. Okay, I'm having a problem with Allen keys right now. Would you believe it? It kind of fits in there. I think is what that is. I think that's a star Allen key rather than a normal Allen key by the looks of things. Okay, I'll be back again. Okay, I'm back again. So I can't take off the hub motor, which I'm glad in a way this situation has happened, because again, now I can show you. So where you put the valve in here, you can get a file and file it down a little bit. But I don't have a file, so I'm gonna try the old-fashioned trick. 2 flathead screwdrivers. I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna keep on twisting so it breaks off some of the plastic inside there. Not bad, just a little bit, just so it gives me a little bit of room to try and get that valve through. So you can hear that scratching. Now it does look a bit messy, if I'm honest, but it's okay, it's inside, you won't see it. Okay, hopefully you can see that. You see there, a bit of the plastic sort of where I've scraped it away at the bottom there. And I'm going to keep on scraping away at it, but before I do, I'm going to quickly try the tube as I go to see when the tube is able to fit in there. Just move the camera up a little bit. Okay, not just as of yet, so let's get the 2 screwdrivers again. So as you can see, it's come through the other side, the middle of the wheel, it's come through there. But I'm pushing down on the plastic on the outer side. As you can see, it's making more room there. Okay, let's give that a go. Okay, I can see it's almost through. If I get a screwdriver and kind of pull the valve up a little bit, then push from the other side, there we go. Perfect. There's always a way. Might be a little bit dodgy if I'm honest, but there's always a way. Okay, so our tube has got to go inside our tyre. So let's, I might put a little bit, no, I won't bother to put any air in it just yet. I was thinking I might put some air in now, but, so I'm going to take the tube off the rim, just for the minute. Make sure there's nothing sharp in there. Just quickly feel around my fingers, because we did scrape off some plastic. Okay, it feels good. So I'm going to leave the valve attached. I'm getting the tyre that already has an inner tube in, that's why I was having a problem. So I'm going to put the tube inside the tyre already, like so. I guess at this point actually, let me quickly just put a little bit of air in it just in case, because well, the camera covered there. Yeah, it's always best to quickly check them just before we do. Xiaomi electric pump, again we did a little review on this, so if you're interested in that pump, which I definitely recommend, not sponsored by any way, but definitely recommend it as a good pump. Let's screw it on there, get a bit of air in there so it takes a little bit of shape. It's actually quite handy to even keep that on there, to be honest, because then it'll stop the valve going back. Okay, yep, there you go. Now it's got some air in it. Perfect. I want to get the tube in first, just because I don't want it to get pinched, of course. Right, then we come back. So there's the star Allen keys that I ended up getting, didn't need them. And then we come back, and now we put the tyre back on or I say the tyre back on, this tyre on. It's the first time. I'm going above there. There you go. That's the way I want it. And with this, take your time. There's no rush. At least I take my time because it's hard work. Definitely easier if you've got someone to help you to do this, getting a tyre on and off, because they can hold one part while you hold another part, which, yeah, it really can help. But I use my body weight as an advantage, and as you can see here, we're getting this tyre on pretty fast. There you go, there's the first part of it on. And now I put the tube into the middle of the tyre. Put the tube into the middle of the tyre. Is that actually what I said? Put the inner tube to the middle of the wheel. So that way we don't have a chance of pinching it. Okay, so now I need to let some air out of there. Otherwise I'm going to end up pinching. Let's get my Allen key. Okay, there we go. Tube's not quite on the middle of the wheel at the top. It is everywhere else, but not at the top. Do you know what? This is the professional way to do it. This is the way I do things. Putting those gloves on make you look professional, but it's not. The way to do it is like this. There you go, look at that, straight away, done. Okay, so now we've done that. Now we need to put the tyre on. So we grip from the inside of the wheel. As I said, you can do this, of course, you can do this with screwdrivers. I have done it before, but I recommend to use these tyre levers, or levers, everyone calls them something different. Yeah, I definitely recommend these. They cost me £13, and it was the best £13 I've ever spent in ways of struggling. That's for sure. So as you can see there, we've got that part on, pretty easy. So I'm going to take this tyre lever out, move her around. Again, I'm still using my feet, but I'm using my body weight as well. There we go. Still using my foot. Always take out the middle tyre lever. Gotta be careful there. I think I'm on the tube a little bit. I'm gonna have to back that off. Unfortunately, I think I was on the tube there a little bit. That weren't good. Okay, so keeping my knee on one tyre lever, putting the next one back in again. Okay, that can come off. Beautiful. Yeah, this is where it's handy to have someone else, because at this point, this is where you can seriously put some weight either side and stop it from coming off. Now, I've seen people do some crazy things with these tyres, if I'm honest. I've seen people, they boiled them in hot water. I've seen people use soap. I've seen some crazy things. But I just like to do it this way, because this is the way I've always done it, I guess. Might take a little bit longer sometimes, but sometimes I get it done quick. Sometimes it takes that extra little bit more time. Okay, let's try it again. Let's get up so we're kind of on our knees. That's the best way to do it. Okay, there's that part. Let me come around. It's just a little bit tricky sometimes trying to get that third one in. Maybe I should do that before I put pressure on. There we go. Okay, so first we do that one, then we do that one, and then we do this one. There we go. Okay, that's part of the tyre placed. I'd love to have another person's hand right now, but unfortunately we don't. I'll try and get that off there without pinching that inner tube. There we go. Okay, so the next one goes in. Let's leave up on that one a little bit, and on that one a little bit. There we go. There's some serious pressure that I put there, in all honesty. Okay, so we're halfway on the tyre. This is exactly why I like doing the back wheel more than the front. Just because the back wheel, you can, if you're on your own, you can hold it in with cable tyres, and that definitely makes things a lot easier. It's like having another hand. So okay, hold that with my knee. Lots of pressure here. Alright, that's there pretty much. Just going to push that on with my screwdriver. There you go, you hear it click. And we're done. Now that's the one part of doing it. But another thing, the reason why I wanted to show this as a mistake is now this side has come off. And that's because I pushed down so much on the other side that I ended up taking off that side. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Not much we can do about it other than go with it. I'm going to use a screwdriver there a little bit just to help me out. There you go. That's two. Let's get the third one in there. Oh, it's probably a little bit too far. That one's come off. There we go. Always removing the middle one is the way to go. Never forget that. That's quite important. Wow, that is going to be some stretch, that. I think I'm bending down too much on that bottom one. That's why. Okay. Whew. I can get one side on first. That's always the way. Kind of hard with that motor cable as well. Continuously in the way all the time. Okay. Apply a bit of pressure there so keep that down. And we go further up here. If I can get it. Come on. There we go. Right, so there's half. Right near the valve and right near the cable here. This is a pain. I'm going to have to go the other way because that way I'm in the way of the valve. Right, let's put our foot back on it again. It restricts you as well. That's the other good thing about the back wheel, is of course it doesn't have to stay attached. It comes away from the scooter. Okay, that was good. Okay, that one was good as well. I know somewhere I'm coming towards that valve. Oh, pulled the scooter. Okay, let's do this side. Keep my foot there. I want to try and be close to that valve if I can. Or maybe put the valve in first, that's the better idea. Alright, I'm going to take a cut. No, hold on. Let me see. There you go. I need to keep pressure there all the time. I think maybe a screwdriver might actually be better for this part. It's just the inner tube I'm nervous of pinching. There we go. Good old screwdriver. There we go. It's coming there. It's getting there. Go on. Okay. Pulled off down here on the valve a little bit. There we go. Let's see if I can try and get that tyre lever in there. That's probably a little bit too far away. There we go. That's a bit closer. No, too far away. Alright. So the last bit is going to be the absolute pain, I'm sure. I'm going to go in with another screwdriver here. As I said, with the screwdrivers it is kind of risky a little bit because just as I took a cut I managed to get this one in. We got a little bit left here. I'm going to try and pry that last little bit with the screwdriver. Uh-oh. Let's get that one back. There you go. Keep that one there. Pry that last part. Okay, there's that part. A little bit here near the valve. And then we're good. Whew. Am I glad that's over? And as I said, this does give you a sweat. Definitely does. So there's that side. And then that side. Alright, I'm going to put some air in there now. Make sure we didn't pop the tube, which if we did, that would kind of suck. A little bit difficult to screw on there because it's kind of at an angle, but we get it. There we go. Whew. Yeah, that definitely makes you sweat. Alright, let's give it some air. Oh, has my pump died? Are you serious? You are not dead. Okay. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that did have battery. Let me just... Maybe it's turned itself off for a battery saver thing. Yeah, it did. Wow. Okay. Everything that could go wrong always goes wrong. And I like that in a way. Alright. There we go. That's on. Let's give it some air. Okay, 49 psi. I always put 49 by the time I take it off. As you saw there, it said 38. 48 should I say. I always run my tyre pressure quite high because it gives you that little bit more speed. Obviously a little bit more uncomfortable, but definitely gives you that little bit more speed. Okay, so that was perfect. Let's put our valve on there. Yeah, that was not an easy job, that, but not impossible. Okay, and then we've got these little bits here, the bit what sticks out, it goes into this part here of the scooter. So let's pick it up. There we go, that's in. I think the camera was a little bit off there, sorry. Okay, and then we can of course use that 18mm spanner here. It's a lot of hard work, and I put that washer on wrong there. Let's move that a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Let's put that washer on. There we go. And our nut on there. Then our nut on this side. Try and screw it on straight if we can, that would help. There we go. Try and tighten them up evenly if you can. Okay, that's perfect. I'm just going to turn the scooter on real quick. Just make sure the wheel spins. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay, that's good. Back down we come. Alright, so we're going to just tighten that up a little bit more. There we go, and this side. Remember, 18mm. And then we put this back on, back in place. Yeah. Hold on. Make sure that cable goes in the middle there. That's better. Once you get a couple of screws in there, don't bother doing one up really tight. Just do them up a little bit and then adjust them one at a time. Alright, there we go. Okay, that one. These I don't really do too tight, if I'm honest. I don't do them that tight. Okay, there's that side. Then we're going to put this side back on. So yours might have this little sticker part on it there, the little reflector. That you can just pull off. Get a screwdriver, pull it off, and then you'll see these bolts, little screws are underneath hiding. I never bothered to replace the reflector stuff on there just because it was my brother's scooter, and of course I've taken it apart many times, so so it'd be, yeah, pretty much a waste. I'd spend so much money on just on that alone. Okay, well that looks a lot better. There's that compared to that old thing. So yeah, very, very big difference there. Alright, now let's undo the back one. I think I already did loosen this one off. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry if sometimes the camera angle's off. I do keep on adjusting it. There's that one. There we go. So for the back wheel, it's not a big bolt like it is on the front. It's different. It is Allen key, so makes it a little bit easier to access as well, it being an Allen key. If I ever had a puncher, I would always hope that it would be just on the front, and just on the front, never on the front, and always on the back, should I say. Yeah, definitely a lot easier to replace them. Camera was off again. Beautiful bubbles. Okay, there's that one. That one's in there a little bit stiff. Okay, there we go. Put that to one side. And then we need some Allen keys. Look at that, first one. Don't happen often. That was quite loose as well. Again, some of these bolts on these scooters, not just this scooter, but obviously other scooters as well. Some of these bolts, sometimes, that one wasn't good. Sometimes these bolts are a little bit, they do get a bit loose over time, of course, especially if you're riding on rough ground or off-road. Yeah. Okay, just unscrewing the other one from the other side. There we go. Once we've done that, we can just hold the back wheel. We've got to give it a bit of a wiggle. There we go. And that's that. Yeah, that one. Again, camera angle off. Yeah, that one actually does have more tread than what the front one had. Look at that. This is the front wheel. This, obviously, this one's the back. So the one on the right was on the front. That's crazy. I can't even explain how he does it. I don't know how he does it. He always makes the impossible possible, my brother, for sure. Anyway, let's wrench that one up with a screwdriver. Get our thing in there. Pull it up. Look at that, you can see it's ready to go already. It's mainly because it's seated. When it's seated to the tyre so good like that, it does, using a screwdriver helps lift that seat up for sure. Okay, there we go. Now we've got it moving a little bit. Now we can get our other tyre pulley and pull that out a little bit with the screwdriver to get that under there. There we go. Then we can bend them both. There you go. Okay, we'll hold that one there. Get our tyre pulley, and there it is. As quick as that. Shame you can't put them on as fast as that. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to kind of wedge a screwdriver in this one or not. Because this one is off to an angle, but this one is metal, so let's hope not. Okay, we don't have to. That's perfect. Okay, there it is. Now we need the tyre, of course. Rotation is that way. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to put the tube into the tyre straight away, just because I don't have to try and squeeze it onto the rim. Okay, just like so. There we have it. and then we pop our valve into this first before we do anything. I'll try and get my finger behind that inner tube there. You know what, let's just pull the inner tube out a little bit, put it into the wheel, and we push the wheel back onto the tyre. Alright, so starting from this side this time, tyre pulley. Okay, there's the first part, straight in. Get our next tyre pulley. Oh, that pulled out there a little bit. There we go. There it is. Okay, one more for this last part. I'm going to use a screwdriver because that seems to always work quite well. See if I can try hold them two together like that. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so that's one side on there. Now we're going to get the other side, which this is always the hardest part. As I said, you can definitely use cable tyres because you can put it through the wheel and keep it on there that little bit better. But just for the video, I'm going to make myself struggle, just in case you don't have cable tyres. Or in case you can't purchase cable tyres, which I'm pretty sure you could, but just in case you can't. And there we go. Do you know what I said about a fourth tyre leverage? I actually had one. Oh my gosh. Alright. So there's two. Kind of. Alright, we're going to have to go on the hands and knees like we normally do, because that's always the best way to do this, because we can put our foot down here like that. Alright, so that's one. That's two. See if we can try and get the third one on. This one's near the valve. I'm going to back off on that one. Well, let's get the valve side in first. There we go, like so. There we go. Okay, nice. So keep that there. Okay, that one come out. Oh, it pulled up. Well, it's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Okay. Just move the camera up a little bit. That's better. Alright, we're very, very close to getting that on, but I can feel the other side is popping off. So it looks like it's going to be the same scenario as like it was with the front tyre. But that's alright, because I'd rather probably do it on the other side, to be honest, at this point. Just because I don't want to put too much pressure on that disc brake. Okay, so that side, there you go, told you. That's okay though. We probably should have done it this way the first time round. Just move that. Okay, and I'm back. Got another tube. Took the old tube out. Gonna attempt to put this on with screwdrivers, just because that's the way I've always done it and that's the way it's always worked. So a little bit risky, but as I said, by me doing it this way, it's not been very often that I have got a puncture, although those tyre levers just literally give me a puncture. Anyway, let's crack on, sweat some more out. Let's see if I can get a tyre lever under there, put a bit more strain on it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're almost there. Getting there. Slowly. These tyres are a little bit of a squeeze to get on, but I do know they are the same size wheels as the M365 Pro 2, so because of that I'm going to keep chipping away at this here, and eventually I will get it, just like we did the front one. I know what's going to happen. This one down here at the bottom is going to ping out. Let me put my knee on that. There we go. I don't have another tube, so I've got to be very careful this time not to try and pinch my other tube, well, the tube that's in there now, coming towards the valve, which I would have liked to have really do that before, but never mind. Can't get nothing under there, so I'm gonna see if I can try and get a screwdriver. Come on. Okay, screwdriver shifted it. Another screwdriver. I think I'm almost there if I can get this part. No, not quite. Wow, I did put a little bit of damage there onto the rim, but I'm not too bothered. For those who are, it'll probably make them cry. Okay, there we go. One more, and then it'll be on. There we go. Yeah, I did some serious damage there, but as I said, I'm not really bothered. But yeah, that is quite a bit of damage, but anyway, it's on. Let's pump it up, and hopefully we haven't popped this tube. If you're that bothered and you do put damage like that on your rim, you can always touch it up if needed. There we go. Okay, pump can go off to one side. Let's get our little valve here. Screw it back on. There we go. Alright, 2 new tyres, which make the scooter look completely different already, so yeah, that's a good thing. And then we've got to try and line this back up. So the best thing to do is really not try to put too much pressure on this wheel when you've got the disc for the brake on the bottom. Try not to be put too much weight on it, because of course you could end up bending your disc brake, and that would suck big time. Okay, just line this up a little bit. There we go, just like that. And we put a screw back in. Again, I'm not going to tighten it all the way, just enough to hold it for a minute. Up we go. Camera angle bubbles, good job I noticed. Again. Okay. Wow, it looks like a completely different scooter already, just having those tyres on there. Tightening the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so we still got this bit of wobble, which I will fix that. We've got this weird noise, which I'm guessing is the brake light cable touching somewhere there. So we now got to replace the brake pads. So I've got some of those. The camera battery is low. If it does die, I will bring you guys back, don't worry. Okay, so let's undo the brake caliper. Now, he's only got one screw in his brake caliper, because the other screw kept spinning around in circles. So I'm going to try and put a longer bolt in there, and hopefully that will then fix the problem. But before I do that, I do have some new brake pads. I just want to see what these pads are like. Okay, that one looks okay. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, so the brake pads look fine. So I do have two new ones right here, but I'm going to put those off to one side because they're not needed. I was going to replace absolutely everything on here, but in all honesty, them brake pads definitely have a lot more life in them for sure. So I'm just going to screw that back on. I'm going to get another bolt for that at another time. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be like a part one of this insane wreck that hopefully I'm making progress, or at least it looks like it, even though it's taken me a long time. But yeah, make sure you are subscribed so don't miss out on the next video. Those brakes absolutely suck when I pull the brake lever, so I'm guessing is what that is one of these jobs where we turn it from this side on the brake so it pulls the pad closer. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Okay, that's alright. Pull the brake lever up here. Yeah, that's definitely better. It doesn't pull in nowhere near as much. Alright, so keep an eye out for the next one, coming very, very soon. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. We catch you people again soon for some more fun and games. I am out.